is going on, everybody? Welcome to the latest episode of The Legislative Director. Talking about legislative things. Here she is, Amber Marr, the Legislative Director. With her, as always, not the Legislative Director, Jason Topsy. Amber, we're in the Statehouse today.
Yeah.
We're not running any half marathons or 5Ks.
Nope, not today.
But we are here today because, I don't know, why were we here?
The Legislative Council was meeting to talk about interim study committee topics that they had chosen. So what does that mean? Indiana is a part-time legislature.
Yes.
And so when we're out of session, although we are part-time, we study different topics over the summer. So the legislators will still come here. Usually the interim study committees will meet roughly 3 times over the course of the summer/fall. And then sometimes something comes out of it. They'll do at least a final report on what they talked about. And so we were just here to listen what they had chosen for those said interim study committee topics.
And about those topics,
yeah.
what do we think? What are we studying?
Well, there's not much to talk about.
So this is an episode about nothing.
Yes. I mean, no. But basically,
Yes.
Yeah. For example, there just isn't a lot. It's very vague, a lot of what has been put in this report. And we can link to the report.
Yeah. I think we can put that in there.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's just, I mean, like, for example, the Energy, Utilities, and Telecommunications Committee, they're going to review annual reports of the IURC.
Which is something they do every year.
Every year.
Yeah.
But then there's nothing else.
Okay.
Then, for example, usually the Public Health, Behavioral Health, and Human Services, there's a lot going on in that area.
Yeah.
And there's just one assignment, which basically deals with agreements of private attorneys and private entities when the Child Support Bureau determines blah, blah, blah. Like, this one's not really anything to do with us, but I'm just trying to say it's just this tiny piece of the puzzle that they assigned, and that was it. That's all that's underneath there.
So not a huge amount of issues that are impacting older Hoosiers,
No,
not a huge
definitely
amount of issues that we normally interact with. So it's just going to be an interesting interim. Or a very easy one, I don't know.
Well, and I don't want to say that I just learned this today at this many years old, but I thought if someone wanted to add a topic to a study committee, it was at the discretion of the chairman.
Okay, and it is not.
That is not how the speaker explained it today.
Okay.
Someone asked the question if a topic could be added at this point and what would the process look like. He said it still had to go back to all 4 leaders, and 3 out of the 4 leaders had to vote to have it added. And so I have to be honest, I thought, But that's what he said today.
Well, we're learning something new all the time.
Or maybe I just thought I knew it the whole
I
time
think
and didn't.
my version of it's better. That you should, you learn things.
So yeah, I guess.
So we'll continue to monitor these as these happen.
I mean,
but
for
it's just
example.
Okay.
Sorry.
No, you're fine.
Interrupted.
No.
There are so many things happening with Medicaid right now. And as we all know, there is a interim study committee. It's been around forever. The Medicaid Oversight Committee.
Yeah.
Specifically dealing with Medicaid. Their job is just to evaluate the Medicaid system. Well, underneath that, it says, review, consider, and make recommendations concerning the Medicaid program.
Cool.
Well, I mean, that's kind of what it does anyway.
Yeah.
But that's what I'm saying, how vague it is. I guess I'm not trying to make fun. I'm just trying to say we have no specifics because it doesn't, there's literally no detail.
So then that could lead to a couple of things, I'm assuming. Keeping it vague gives them the flexibility to talk about a lot of different stuff, or keeping it vague so they don't have to talk about specific stuff?
I'm going to say the latter.
Okay.
But also it could be the first one that you said. I don't know if, I just don't envision that would happen. That's usually not what happens.
Yeah, okay.
But I like your positivity.
Well, it feels weird. It feels weird.
Because maybe with it being as broad, but keep in mind they do agendas for every committee.
Yeah.
Usually you have to stay on the topic of the agenda or you are not allowed to speak.
Well, this is going to make for a very interesting interim.
It is.
One way or the other.
I'm just trying to think.
Interesting and good, bad, I don't know.
The other thing that they will continue is the state and local tax review task force.
Yeah, which is...
That's where they have talked about removing the income tax. It looks like where they're going to talk about just a few other things that they hadn't studied yet. So that one might be another one to continue to watch.
Okay. All right. Well, that's something.
Other than that, I mean, the healthcare cost oversight task force, this is what it says underneath it. Sorry. It says oversight of healthcare costs.
Isn't that in the title?
Correct.
Of the committee? Okay.
So if
Okay.
you ask me, I don't really know what we're going to be studying.
Look,
I mean, we're going to be studying healthcare costs, but that's the name of the committee, so I knew we were going to do that at some point.
That was going to be on the agenda.
Okay, but here we are, and you know what? If for nothing else, we're going to this will make us have to pay attention more
Yeah,
because we need to know what is going to be talked about.
Yeah, because they are so vague on what it is they may or may not be talking about in these interim study committees. That means you have to pay attention to
Every
them.
agenda that drops.
So I take it back.
Interim study committee.
This is going to be an awful interim. Just kidding. It's not going to be awful, but it's not going to be super clear on what direction it's going to go.
Right. It's
Cool.
going to take a little effort.
All right, that's fine. Effort's fine. I think.
I think so.
Maybe. I don't know. We'll see.
But these could potentially kick off mid-June, I think.
Yeah, mid-June,
Sometimes they don't start till July.
Yeah. Okay.
But
Well,
we'll keep an eye out and keep everyone posted.
well, I appreciate your work that you're about to do on this, and as well as your interpretation of that resolution, even though it doesn't seem like there's a whole lot in it.
There's not. But they did. Oh, wait.
Wait.
Hold on. So I did forget to say, and I may have the number wrong. First of all, we need to back up. We didn't
Okay.
explain the process.
Yes. First of all, who's Ledge Council?
Yes, the Legislative Council is made up of House and Senate members, and as well as the Speaker and President Pro Tem.
Yep.
And this is really kind of the main thing that they do. They talk about what has been assigned to study committees. However, the way an interim study committee gets assigned to a committee, though, it is by all four leaders. So there has to be, all four leaders will have a vote. 3 out of the 4 have to vote in order for a topic to be moved to be studied.
Okay.
There were 125 topics.
And there's not 125 being
Not
studied.
even close. I actually don't know that they said the amount. Did they say the number that got assigned?
I don't think so.
Because if I could count, it'd probably be about 30.
Yeah, if
Not even.
30. And it seems like a lot of it, all the topics are
You're
coming
right.
from like maybe 1 or 2 like bills or,
Or letters.
whatever letters
Because
or whatever it is.
here's how a study committee gets on the list of topics. You can write a letter to all 4 leaders. You can do a bill. You can do an amendment. You can do a resolution. Even if it's a bill that asked for a study committee and it didn't pass, that topic still gets added to
Yeah.
the list. So it just has to be filed.
Can pull stuff from a lot of different places.
Or organizations can write letters, but it has to go to all 4 leaders so that they know to add it to the list. So there's a lot of different ways to get a topic added to the study committee list, but as you can tell, that list is very lengthy and the amount of topics that get assigned are minimal.
Yes. Okay.
So sorry, I wanted to make sure we didn't explain that
We didn't
process.
explain the process. So now you know who Ledge Council is, what may or may not get assigned, or how it goes about getting assigned or not getting assigned. And that today's announcement of what will be studied is open to interpretation.
Yeah, that was the word. I wasn't going to use that word, but that phrase. That's a very good phrase.
So we will see what happens.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
All right. Well,
Well, thanks to Anna for videoing.
look,
And for being
fantastic
here.
for being here. She just continues hanging out here, and we appreciate
Helping
it.
us, continuing to. It's
been
get a
great.
Good feel for the process.
Yes, it's been great.
Yes.
Okay, well, we'll see what we talk about next time.
Yeah, this one wasn't
in
a
this
very exciting episode.
Look, sometimes the Indiana General Assembly and state government is not very exciting.
But we're trying to make it that way.
Look,
Because we'd like you to stay
engaged
That's the word I
about
was
what's going
looking
on. So stay tuned. Don't go and leave us. Stick with us through this process because you never know what's going to pop up. Okay.
Oh,
Oh. Look, you know what? One thing we are continuing the tradition of you
I'm
remembering
sorry.
things. We're about to wrap this up. What?
do you know why?
Why?
Because it was a couple episodes ago, but it was my brother's birthday, remember, on Sign
Yes.
Die. Well,
Okay.
today it's my dad's birthday. But also, fun fact, I'm not sure if I'm allowed to say this, but it's also Anna's dad's birthday.
Look, that's a
So
whoa.
happy birthday, Dads!
Dad's birthdays.
That's pretty cool, right?
That is very cool.
I know.
Very
I thought so.
cool.
Oh, so then we could also say it's a little past Mother's Day, but we could also say Happy Mother's Day.
Yes, happy birthday
There's a
to
lot
the
of things that we
moms.
could say. But I forgot that I said on March, I was like, I know when signing die is March 8th. And you were like, well, how do you know that? And I was like, my brother's birthday is then.
Yeah.
Well, today's the 14th, and my dad's birthday, and Anna's dad's birthday.
The good thing about this, too, is that I think I know your dad watches the show, where your brother, I don't think so. And I don't know if Anna's dad watches the
You're
show,
right.
but probably will now. I hope so.
No, my brother, I did not know whether he was a fan. My dad, I do know, and so is my mom.
Your mom's a big
My
fan.
mom is a big fan.
I knew that. I knew your mom's a big fan.
Both my parents are, but anyway,
Okay, good.
we can be done.
Look, this is a family affair, this show. And we
I just got really
appreciate
excited
it.
because when Anna and I were talking earlier, she was like, yeah, well, today's my dad's birthday. I was like, wait, what? And then I was like, no way, it's my dad's birthday too.
What are the chances, you know?
I know, it was super fun.
It's pretty cool.
It was cool.
Well, happy birthdays to the dads.
I wanted to continue the personal, fun facts that we've been doing.
Look, it's, like I said, it's a family affair. Happy birthday to the dads of the legislative director talking about legislative things.
And the
My dad's birthday
legislative
was back in
fellow.
April, so we missed that one. My bad.
You
But
should
there
have
we
brought
go.
it up.
It's, it's a month and a half late.
Wow,
but there we go.
we've really drugged this out.
Look, this is what people want. I think. If not, I'll have to check those numbers.
Of course they do.
Okay, anything else?
No, I'm sure I can think of something.
You'll think about it right as I start talking.
No, I got
We had a
nothing.
behavioral health commission meeting this week where we talked about children.
That was great.
Thank you. Anna was
That's
there
most
for that
riveting.
as well.
I know.
We heard a lot of good information about the state of the mental and behavioral health of Hoosier kids, and we got some work we got to do. And now we're going to be moving into this next part of the commission where we're going to be talking about actual policy recommendations and start hashing that out for that final report that we put forward to the General Assembly. So now we're going to get in. Now we're really going to get into the process with the commission, and that was something else. And it was at the Indianapolis Children's Museum. We got a little preview of a new exhibit for the Pixar film Inside Out 2, which was a very timely exhibit for us to be there for because it's talking about children's emotional and behavioral health. So good stuff.
That
so
was
that's
great
what we're
that
on.
you
Look at that. So yeah, I
remembered
remember that.
No, you were going to remember something
Nope.
else. Okay, I was just going to say, then I know that we are not recording again until maybe next week, but we will have a lot of other things to talk about because tomorrow we're having the kickoff event and all of the stakeholders
Yep.
getting engaged in the multi-sector plan on aging
Yep.
that the Family and Social Services Administration is putting together alongside AARP with our help in connecting resources. And then on Thursday, we have the Commission on Aging in the morning and the Choice Board in the afternoon.
A lot happening this week. We're recording this on Tuesday, and I'm already exhausted.
Yeah, and somewhere in there, I have to fix my water heater.
Look, that is a whole nother episode on itself. Let me tell you, she's not going to be able to do this for you, but if you ever needed an advocate for you to really get through those customer service folks that are just not being responsive, you want Amber Marr there to really just have the patience and relentlessness to get through and actually talk to a real person.
Guys, that is a struggle these days, but let me give you a fun fact. If you just keep hitting 0, you'll get to a human.
Eventually you will.
Might take you 4 minutes.
But who is keeping who is
Just
timing
keep
that one,
hitting
right?
that 0.
Just keep on hitting that 0. Wow. That's a good tip, actually.
I'm just saying, it's very difficult.
Well, good luck with that.
I'll maybe have an update next week.
Yeah, please do. I want some B-roll of not only the repair happening, or if you have to get a new one. Hopefully not. Hopefully not.
I hope not.
Yeah.
But I'm happy to get some B-roll of
Get some
that.
Look, bring it back home.
I'll have to make
about
sure
water
that his
heaters.
face, his or her face, whoever would be maybe fixing my water heater, that it's not in there, because otherwise I have to sign a waiver.
Yeah, but I don't have release forms for you on that one. But they exist, but I don't think we need it for this. I don't think we need it for that.
Maybe just give me one just in case.
Okay. Well,
All right.
good luck to you and your water heater.
Thank you.
Anna, good luck to you continuing to hold the camera for us. Thank you. So let's wrap
Her
this up
arms,
because
I know.
she's getting a workout, and I appreciate it. Okay. Amber, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, all of you. Anna, thank you.
Thank you, Anna.
And we will see you next time on The Legislative Director, talking about legislative things. Until then.